Every broken dashboard starts as a harmless looking code change, a renamed column, a modified DBT model, a schema update. The problem is not that teams lack metadata. The problem is that metadata shows up too late. That's why we built MetaTree, open metadata where developers work. It brings lineage, ownership, quality, governance, and AI ready metadata directly into pull requests, terminals, and VS Code. We are team sparrows. Janesh, Shivam, Tushar, and Varsha from Triple IT Delhi, now working at various organizations. For the Open Metadata Hackathon, we focused on one question: how do we make metadata impossible to ignore at the moment it matters the most? Data teams already have catalogs, they already have lineage, they already have quality checks. But when a developer is editing SQL, opening a pull request, or reviewing a DBT change, that context is usually in another tab, another tool, or another workflow. So changes get first merged and impact is discovered later. That is backwards. The highest leverage place for open metadata is not only the catalog UI, it is before the merge. If open metadata knows what depends on a table, who owns it, whether it has failing tests, and whether it contains sensitive data, then that information should appear before the change ships. That's why MetaTree turns open metadata into active developer infrastructure. It has three surfaces: a GitHub action for pull request impact analysis, a REST CLI called OMeta for fast metadata workflows, and a VS Code extension that brings lineage and asset context into the editor. And you know what? All of this is already live and working. Here's the workflow. The entire product has already been shipped, it's live, and it's actionable. All three things, the Rust CLI, the GitHub Actions, and the VS Code extensions, are already live and already working. All this has three different folders where all these three things are already live. You can test it yourself, right? So first, we have this inside VS. A developer edits a, a SQL or DBT model with MetaTree hovering over table, immediately shows open metadata context, owner, tags, description, columns, and quality status. No tab switching, no searching the catalog manually. The metadata appears where the decision is being made. And when the change is risky, the developer can open lineage directly from the editor to understand what depends on this asset. Next, the same open metadata context is available in the domain. Using OMeta, you can search orders, lineage, quality, and so much more. With OMeta, developers can do all that right from their domain. And with MCP support, we can expose it to AI tools safely through a local proxy. Next, we also have GitHub Actions. The pull request. This is where MetaTree becomes a quadrail. The GitHub action detects SQL, DBT, and schema files, resolves them against open metadata, walks timestream, lineage, and comments on the PR. And then, based on that, every reviewer can answer the question that usually gets asked too late. What breaks if we merge this? MetaTree is deeply built on open metadata. We use search to resolve changed assets, entity APIs for owners, tax descriptions, and column lineages APIs, for blast radius data quality APIs, for trust signals, governance metadata for risk context, JWAuth for secure access, and MCPs for AI native workflows. This is not a wraparound one endpoint. It activates the entire open metadata platform across the full developer lifecycle. Why MetaTree matters? MetaTree has real impact because it prevents broken data before it ships. It is innovative because it ships metadata left into the code review, terminals, editors, and AI tools. It is technically strong because it combines Python GitHub Actions, Rust CLIs, TypeScript VS Code extensions, shared configurations, resilient API hand, and testable components. That's it. You can directly check the demo out and check all these things out. Thank you so much. This is powered by metadata. MetaTree makes the story actionable before a bad change reaches production. We are Team Spambots, and this is MetaTree, open data where developers work.